The National Human Rights Commission has released a survey on the state of human rights violations monitored by the Commission following the declaration of the COVID-19 lockdown for the initial period of 31st March to 13 April 2020. This report documents the various incidents of human rights violations allegedly perpetrated by security agencies and other actors during the extended lockdown period commencing from 13th April to 4th May 2020. The report shows that a total of 104 complaints were monitored received from 27 states out of the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory. Joining us to discuss this is LAMBERT, Director of Corporate Affairs and External Linkages, National Human Rights Commission. Thank you, Mr. LAMBERT, for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Your report documents the various incidents of human rights violations allegedly perpetrated by security agencies and other actors during the extended lockdown period. Please, you want to expatiate on this for us?
Well, thank you very much. It is part of the mandate of the National Human Rights Commission to monitor all cases of human rights violations and then, of course, bring perpetrators to book. Consequent upon that, as soon as the COVID lockdown was set up by the federal government and then extended, the commission set up machineries within the civil society organizations, within the staff of the organization, and then members of the public to report all cases of human rights violations for documentation.
Now, let's talk about the parameters you deployed in getting all this information about the alleged human rights abuse and how challenging has it been for you?
Thank you very much. You know very much that the Commission has offices across the 36 states of the Federation and FCT. Again, we are collaborating with civil society organizations and again, members of the public. And thank God, the use of the social media has also assisted in our work. And so we also set up the commission, set up a situation room where all these cases are monitored across the country and then properly documented by officers that are assigned to this responsibility, led by the Executive Secretary of the Commission, Mr. Tony Ojukwu.
Now, I'm wondering, the human rights abuses that were recorded during the period of the lockdown, would you say it was as a result of a lockdown, or these human rights abuses that go on regularly unchecked, and the lockdown just highlighted and gave credence to the number and amount of human rights abuses that goes on the daily in Nigeria?
Well, certainly some of these cases have been ongoing. Of course, they are daily occurrences. But because of the lockdown, it becomes very much obvious that they are escalated. And you know, we recorded issues of extrajudicial killings, torture, inhuman and degrading treatment, seizure of properties, sexual and gender-based violence, and domestic violence, of course. These are emerging scenarios under the lockdown period. And so, yes, some of them have been in existence, they have been reoccurring, and is part of the daily lives of people, but then they are escalated within this period of the lockdown.
And talking about the lockdown, what are your findings as regards the lockdown, its enforcement and level of compliance?
Well, you know, this is a new era we are, and people are not used to staying indoors 24 hours. And so you expect that there are going to be some exceptional cases if there are regulations, yes. So the regulations, yes, initially, it was very, very difficult for people to understand, as human beings anyway, why they should be put indoors for this period of time. But as time went on, through enlightenment campaigns and sensitization, people were able to be abreast of this situation. And then there's an improvement now from the previous report that the Commission issued from the 31st of March to 13th of April. There is a slight improvement in terms of regulation procedures in tandem with human rights procedures.
Mr. Lambert, OPARAH, thank you for joining us on the news and for your contribution.
Thank you very much.